talking to rahael-france. Rachael, as you begin to research more and more of this, how has it changed your view of the world?
It's completely changed my view of the world. It turned everything upside down for me, and not in a good way, but it is, I don't know, just being able to like feel like, I don't know, sometimes you feel that you can't really do anything, and it's very frustrating because you're only one person, and there's so much, you know, that needs to be done. But if everybody could just, you know, do something, like my thing is having time. You know, a lot of people say they don't have time, and you can always make time, you know, to do this. Even if it's a little thing, just find your niche. I'm not a political person. I'm not really even a person who likes to, you know, speak in front of people, or I'm kind of shy, but you're doing it. Yeah, I am. You're doing a good job too. No, but it's just, it's really important, and it's something that you can't ignore. So, you know. Well, that's what's allowed the corruption to grow and grow and grow until they're telling people they can't have tomatoes in their yard. They're telling people you can't speak at city council, even though it's the law that you can. Yeah. I mean, it's just showing that government has gone crazy.
We're going to live under the exact amount of tyranny that we put up with. And if everyone just sits back and just gets lazy, and that's what's happening in America. I mean, I think we've just gotten lazy. We let the mainstream media tell us what's going on in the world. We don't do our own research. And I mean, we just say, hey, you know what? It'll get taken care of. It's just what happens. It's just politics. No, it's not. It's not the left-right battling back and forth. You know, oh, is liberal or conservative? No, this is a system taking over. I mean, we are being hijacked as a nation, as a world, as humanity. I mean, look what the globalists are doing in the whole world. I mean, they're messing up with the DNA structure of the entire Earth. I mean, they're messing. Oh yeah, our DNA's fried, fertility's plunging, cancer's exploding, diabetes is exploding. I got stacks of articles here where they openly talk about getting rid of us. That's their plan. I mean, they want the planet to themselves. And I mean, who really knows at the very core exactly what they want? You know, a lot of people want to know all the answers, and we go out there and talk to them like, oh, well, tell us how they did this, what they're going to do here. Well, look, we don't know. We're seeing the basic framework of what's going on. And I mean, the basic framework is enough to get you up and active and saying, look, I'm... Yeah. Exactly. I mean, if I was a wild pig and I got caught in a trap, I'd want to get out. You know, animals know that. Animals won't eat the GMO, but you know, humans do. In fact, I have all these articles I meant to get to today. I mean, here's one, Fox News, cell phones, cancer, and infertility. And it goes through the fact of all these governments are even admitting, and major research institutes after the fact, that fertility's plunging, cell phones and rat studies do destroy fertility, double the chance of brain cancers. And again, why was I called a kook 14, 15 years ago for covering that from studies that were out then? They knew then. Yeah. Just now the cancers are exploding. Now they're acting like they tried to protect us from it. And these elitists have their own kids using cell phones. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a self-destructiveness to it. When the WHO came out with it, that's when the whole mainstream media talked about it. When the World Health Organization said, yeah, it's causing cancer, then they'll all talk about it. Now it's okay. Now it's okay to talk about it. But when it was, you know, a big group of people are saying, no, for a long time, it causes cancer. I mean, a lot of people I talked to knew it, but they didn't ever want to talk about that. It was crazy. That was on the fringe. But now, yep, it's out there. And that's what they're going to do with everything. Guarantee you one day they're going to say, yep, 9/11 was an inside job. Just like they did with Gulf of Tonkin. Oh, yeah, it's declassified. Yeah, it never happened. It's, you know, way down the line, they kind of tend to leak a little more information. But it's obvious. We're setting a trend. We're ahead of the curve, breaking news articles, doing street actions, you know, like y'all are doing here, breaking the news before it even hits mainstream. We're trying to hit the same information with the streets and really encouraging people to take action. There's so many different ways you can get this information out. We don't have time to waste. They're trying to shut down the internet. They're poisoning us even worse. I mean, forcing these light bulbs in our houses here. You know, it's just, tomorrow is not promised. Tomorrow is not promised. Use today. Get active now, and that's the one message we'd want to say to everybody out there. That's what Truth Exposed Radio is about. That's what humanity is about. It's getting active, not just sitting back and you know, waiting for somebody else. It doesn't matter your beliefs or your ideological beliefs. I mean, we don't discriminate at our show. We're just saying whether you're a Christian, atheist, Muslim, Jew, whatever you are, let's just get together and stand up for what's right and really be humble your heart and look in yourself and see who you are, because that's what's going to shine around you. That's going to be the example of who you are. So as an info warrior, you don't really need to be an info snob speaking to the audience and get upset at people for not getting it. You got to have humble your heart and have mercy on them and hope that they'll wake up someday. Be an example of what it means to be awake and do creative things and merciful things for those around you. And we could be examples to those around us and get really a wave of being a good person going. Exactly. We can't look at these people and, you know, call them just morons. They are literally in a trance. They are physically living in a false reality, like sheep going off the edge of a cliff, and we've got to warn them. We've got to wake these sheep up.
not just for them, but for us. We have no future if we don't do this, because as the globalists implode society, they're going to direct the sheep who are confused against every good institution, everything that's wholesome. I mean, look at this article out of The Age newspaper in Australia, and literally there are hundreds of these a week now coming out in the corporate New World Order brainwashing media. Humans become pets in the rise of the machines, Apple co-founder says. And that's Steve Wozniak. And then I have all these other articles. The head of Sun Microsystems saying in Why the Future Doesn't Need Us in Wired magazine, he says, I've met with the elite and they're discussing, this is in '98, should we kill everyone in the world government, or do we give people something to do and, take care of them like pets, because we're going to merge with the machines. Now, whether that's going to happen or not, Ray Kurzweil, their guru, The Age of Spiritual Machines. In fact, Aaron's back there. He's got the Eugenics Society publication with Julian-Huxley, and this was even in the 60s after, people knew about Hitler and everything, saying this would be their plan, The Age of Spiritual Machines. And they talk about how they're going to merge with machines.
The singularity.
And get exactly, and get rid of the rest of us.
Yeah, me and her watched that documentary, Transcendent Man, and we were blown away. I mean, we were watching the whole time thinking, this guy literally wants to be God. I mean, the way he acted, he's like, I don't want to die. He wants to bring his dad back. He wants to make like a robot of his dad. I mean, these people are messed up in the head.
Well, yeah, he said, in fact, the quote is, he says, I don't believe in God yet, but I'm going to be God.
That's exactly right. And these are the conversations going on behind the closed doors. Everyone's going, oh, what are they talking about? It's behind the closed doors. No, this is what's going on. I mean, this is what people are talking about.
Well, yeah, I mean, whether it's real or not, I mean, whether they're going to be able to manifest this or not, they all go to meetings. William Shatner goes. They're closed doors, thousands of elitists, and they and the minutes have come out. They've written books. The Rockefellers go to it, and they talk about, we can't give the life extension to the public. We're going to slowly wipe everybody out, and then we're going to be transcendent and live forever. Yeah. And then they write about, well, actually, most of the people we're recruiting aren't going to get this. We're going to kill them later, too. I mean, this is such a psychopathic, crazy thing. Here it is, Evolutionary Studies. And it says, a certainty celebration of the life of Julian Huxley, edited by Milo Kynes and Answorth Harrison. And if you look, it's put out by the Eugenics Society. And this is the founder of transhumanism that they've all just repackaged and put out low-level stuff for the general public like Transcendent Man. Yeah. You get deeper into what they all write about, they're going to kill us, and it's wonderful and beautiful, and they're going to be God. Yeah. And again, that's Ray Kurzweil. Bill Joy says that this is a terrible thing. He says, I think you should know they're talking about killing everybody. This is Wired Magazine, Sun Microsystems founder.
Yeah, this is.
I mean, you might want to. Yeah, you might want to listen to that.
But they sell it like it's cool. The head of Sega is saying that one day video games are going to be chips in your body, and then Ray Kurzweil is talking about that. They're going to make it trendy.
But they're only going to give us the level of it that does enslave us. They're building the architecture to dehumanize.